Hey guys, Carlos Cortez here with another episode of Scriptures and Wall Street. I'm coming at you from Dallas, Texas. I am at a Rise Up Kings event. I'm traveling. I am gone the whole week. So if you tried calling my office, I'm not there. I'm actually working on myself. I'm working on belief systems. I'm working on getting deep into why I believe what I believe and some of the questions that we ask ourselves growing up. Just really working on myself. I found out that less than 1% of the population actually spends time to get to know themselves and work on themselves. You know, we all have blind spots. We all have issues. We all have a crazy past. And it shows up in so many ways. And to actually be intentional about learning about yourself is actually for the benefit of others, not for you. And so in order for me to be a better advisor, to be a better financial coach, to be a better husband, a father, a better teammate, a better role model for my kids, I got to learn about myself and all my ish that we all have. So today's episode is going to be called, What is Your Primal Question? I don't even know what that meant. And I want to talk about that. So if you have a few minutes, pause this video and go to rumble.com and please like and subscribe our Scriptures and Wall Street channel. For those of you that already been following me for years now, thank you so much. I think my Rumble account is up to like $30 or $40. You know, we're getting monetized little by little, even though it costs, $30,000-$40,000 a month to run a podcast and different networks. I'm just grateful. As long as I can continue, having self-sponsors, affiliate programs, and really just self-sponsor, I'm okay with that, because at the end of the day, I want to make an impact. I want to be able to speak life into your situation, not just financially, but spiritually, bring in the word, bring in common sense, and honestly, just making sure that you are significant. You are significant. And if you're watching this, you care about your well-being. You care about your financial health. You care about what is to come. And it is written in the Word of God that He has plans for us, that we should be working on renewing of the mind, that we should believe that His promises are real, that He will never leave us, He will never forsake us. And so I have my own struggles. I'm also going to include a link below here at the end of this, on the description below, is what is your primal question? Now, your primal question, for those of you that know, there's a book out there that says your 7 primal questions. And what I love about this is, number one is like, am I loved? Am I successful? Am I wanted? Am I safe? And there's a few more. And so everybody has this primal question. After you take this exam, you'll know what your primal question, and your whole belief system is based on this primal question. So if you're curious, go to that link below and take the quiz, come back to this podcast. We can talk about it. You can learn about it. I'm going to share my question. And it is, mine is, am I loved? And for those of you, that may be a shocker for you, because I'm outgoing and I'm confident, but I do struggle sometimes personally of asking that simple question, am I loved? And of course, I know the blood of Jesus covers me and He loves us. Oh, He loves us. He loves us very much. And I know that. But in the carnal flesh, I still have these thoughts. I still have this yearning. Like when I walk in, am I being greeted by my wife and kids, right? After a long day of work. Now I work from home most of the time. But when the kids come home from school, they're quickly going to their electronics or to their power wheels or something other than saying hi to me. So that really takes a toll on me. Or if I don't get a kiss from the wife, or if the house is a mess, or things aren't in order, then I feel like I'm not appreciated. And so as I look into that, I unpack it, and then there's different needs. Every human has 6 needs. And some some of the needs could be like, they have this wheel, and this wheel is pretty amazing. So actually, um, the 7 primal questions are pretty simple. Am I safe? Am I secure? Am I loved? Am I wanted? Am I successful? Am I good enough? Do I have a purpose? And those are the 7 primal questions. And everybody has a primal question that they really, really, their life journey is longing for that question. And we read the word, we can seek God's face, and we get that, we understand that, but we still have this carnal need, right? So we have these 6 human needs, and because of we have this primal question. For me, I'll use me as example. Mine was, am I loved? Then certainty. There's 6 human needs, and 6 human needs could be certainty, variety, significance, connection, growth, and contribution. So all of us have the desire to meet these needs. Now, what's interesting is when you have 3 or more, actually, let me say that later. What's interesting is that some people require certainty where they feel safe. For those of you that your primal question is, am I safe? You find that your needs could be having a safe home, money in the bank, revenue if you're a business owner, a, a scheduled calendar. Like nothing can be unplanned. Like you're the type that when you go on vacation, everything has itinerary, everything has to be great, spot on. You are militant about your schedule because there cannot be anything unforeseen. You have certainty, you find peace in that. For me, I am definitely not that way. I like variety. And variety, you want to meet new friends, you tend to be outgoing. You like uncertainty because you kind of go with the flow, you plan as it is. As you guys know, I don't take notes for podcasts. I never have. I'll have outlines, but I like to free flow. I like to talk what's on my heart. Um, Variety also can be spontaneous, and maybe variety is wearing new clothes. They like wearing new clothes all the time, and really have the ability just to, like I said, go with the flow and not have anything too scheduled. The problem is with variety, the downside is it could be disorganized. You could cheat on your spouse because you want variety. You could have, there's a detrimental side of variety, and there's a detrimental side of certainty where you play it too safe. You don't like taking risk, so you miss out on a huge boatload of opportunities. Now, significance is interesting. This is a third need, is your best to stand out, seen by others. You want to make sure that you have the right watch, or maybe the right car. Maybe not necessarily materialistic, but having an impact on other people. Like that is huge for me. Is I'm not much of a money guy, believe it or not, but I want to make sure that I am being significant to others, and also that others are being significant, or that you are significant. Just acknowledging that talent that you have and making sure you feel significant because you are powerful in the way God created you in his image. So having significance is huge. And then the fourth need is connection. So connection could be bringing people together, like a Bible study, a group study, a team, an environment, or a hobby club, anything where we can get connection. Like this, you and I on this podcast, I know this is one way, it is me speaking, but this is connection. You get to view who I am, you get to see my heart, you get to see my style, you get to see who I am. So many people that call us, they're like, dude, Carlos, I've been watching you for 2 or 3 years. I feel like I know you, man. Like, I love you. You are awesome. Thank you for standing up. Like that is a huge connection for me. So when you call or email me or whatever, you reach out, that's a huge connection for me, because the fact that you've been watching me for so long, you already know how I think. You already know who I am. I am the same person on camera, I promise you, as the same person in real life. Straight up. I am very unapologetic about my family, my faith, masculinity, what I believe in. Yes, I'm not vaccinated. I believe that that companies that vaccinated and screwed over their employees should not be in business. I feel that all these companies are actually promoting the LGBT agenda, promoting the DEI agenda, the ESG agenda, the social credit score system. I believe you should avoid these companies like the plague. It is very hard for me to avoid BlackRock because sometimes that is the only solution, literally only solution. Sometimes, like, you have to do business with the CBDC. You still have to do business with the people that we want to avoid because they literally own the market. That doesn't mean we 100% invest in them. That just means that we vow to do what's right for our clients. We vow to do what's right in the eyes of God. And more importantly, we are not in this world. We are not of this world. We're just in this world, right? So we want to make sure that we're getting the fifth need, which is growth. And how are we growing? We're growing by constantly challenging ourselves, like getting off the freaking couch. Let's do some push-ups. Let's jump around. Let's literally not play small anymore. Like, growth comes from resistance. There has to be resistance in your life. When you're building muscle, there has to be some type of resistant training, whether it's elastic bands, yoga bands, free weights, hydro pressure. There has to be some resistance to the growth muscle. There has to be, you have to go through the pain. You have to understand that the biggest loser actually wins. In day trading, the more you lose, the more you win. And in sales, and in any type of sales position or networking position, when you're out of your comfort zone, you produce activity and results. When you get out of your comfort zone, you actually grow. And because you have growth, now you can contribute to your family. You can contribute to your church. You can give 10%. You can give your time. If you don't have money, you can give time. You could serve. You could use your gifts because God gave you gifts to lead worship, to prophetically speak to people, to bring out talents out of people. Maybe you are an organizer. Maybe you are a problem solver. I don't know. Everybody has gifts, like 60 different gifts. Like, you could take a test on this right now from Gallup's. You can go to Gallup's and take a test, and it will show you what your gifts are. Mine are, I'm a good, number one was individualization. 2 was woo. 3 was communication. 4 was positivity. And number 5 was significance. Those are my 5 gifts, my 5 strengths. And each one has a different meaning. So individualization, you are intrigued with the unique qualities of each person. You have a gift to figure out how different people can work together productively. So that is my number one gift, is actually bringing individualization out of people and acknowledging their gifts so they can use it for the greater good and that we can all work in harmony. Number 2 is I love the challenge of meeting new people and winning them over. Just connecting with them, maybe not just being persuasive, but getting them to realize, hey, this is my point of view. Does it make sense? And that's why I have a podcast, I guess. So that's why I love this platform. Communications, number 3, you generally find it easy to put your thoughts into words. This is why I don't take notes, because I have constant thoughts and I can get on a camera and I could talk about what's on my heart and communicate that effectively and how it applies to you. I hope that my messaging, I hope that my personal development, my growth is actually impactful to you, to the point where you can start to think different, that you can actually build on my experience. You don't have to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on personal seminars like I do for growth, and the Tony Robbins and the Rise Up Kings and all these other, all the amazing Jordan Petersons of the world. Because I love working on myself. I love going through challenges physically and mentally, so that I can be a better product to my family, to my friends, to my children, and obviously my audience, to my podcast and my clients. And number 4 for me was positivity. Is you have a contagious enthusiasm, you're upbeat, and get others excited about what they're going to do. And number 5 is significance. You want to make a big impact. You are independent and prioritize projects based on how much influence they will have on your organization or people around you. You guys know that I love talking about significance, because I really feel that you are called to be um, the salt and the light of this world, so that you can be impactful. Because if you're not impactful, you're not being significant. And it's our job as Christ followers to be significant to others, to actually understand that they have gifts and they need to know what those gifts are. Like it says in Corinthians, that there's gifts of the Spirit, but they need to know those gifts so they can use it to impact, empower the kingdom, whether it's on Wall Street, whether it's in the civilian world, in the church, in your business, in your team, in your social environment, wherever it's at. We need to be bold about that, guys. So learning more and more about that has really, really opened up so much for me. And then as you dive deep into these human needs, you'll realize that when you don't get these needs met, you go into what's called a scramble. And the scramble is why I created sin, why I get involved in sin. For me, I cheated on my wife. Um, I I also was into gambling. Um, and so what happens is, when we don't have these needs met and we don't fill our primal question right, we go into a scramble. And so a scramble basically means that you find those answers in self-sabotage. So for me, it would be like, hey, if I'm not loved, then I'm gonna go find someone that's gonna love me, right? And that's how affairs started. That's how um, the struggle started. For many guys, it'll be porn. You know, if that need is not met, they'll go to porn. If that need is not met, they will seek um, emotional validation through another relationship. And I've been involved in that too. Infidelity. You'll seek something to cater to those needs. So we got to be careful, guys. Like, this is where I really feel that, man, we are playing so small that we get stuck in our own feelings, we get stuck in our own garbage, that we literally forget to read God's word, that He fulfills us. Seek He His righteousness, and add it, and all these things will be added to us. And so I wasn't seeking. I wasn't seeking His righteousness. I was leaning into my own understanding. I was leaning into my own needs. I was playing victim, saying, hey, I deserve this. I need that. I need this. I need that. When reality, God has given me everything I needed. God has given me a beautiful wife, a home, cars, kids, health, knowledge, a platform, business, the ability to skate. Like, there is nothing I should be um, ashamed about. There's nothing that I should be ashamed about. And that is the most beautiful thing, guys, is that no matter what, how bad our screw ups is, Jesus died for you. Jesus literally died for you. He knew that you would screw it up. He knew that you would screw it up. He knew that your mindset would be all jacked up, and that we have these needs. And maybe you were just like me, a little boy, uh, and they said certain things about you when you never knew what your primal question was. Maybe your primal question was, am I wanted? Maybe you got laughed at because your parents went to Walmart to buy you clothes and you could never afford a pair of Jordans growing up. Or maybe you were just a young kid trying to get a Rolex one day and your primal question was, am I successful? Maybe you're a spouse and you're a homemaker and you had to walk away from your career to cater to your husband and your kids. And maybe you're pregnant again and your husband comes home and the house is a mess, and You have to take care of yourself. You work out, you clean the house, you make sure the kids have meals, and then you got to cook dinner, and then you got to wake up to do it all over again. And you get no time for yourself. You literally get no time for yourself. And you see other beautiful women looking all dainty on social media, and they look like they got their shit together. And you ask yourself, am I good enough? Maybe you're question number 7. Do I have a purpose? That's my wife's question. Broke my heart. Do I have a purpose? What if your purpose was to be a mother and to raise children that would impact the future leaders of this country, the future leaders of this world, the future leaders of this kingdom? How awesome is that for you to be a mom, to raise up leaders because of your faithfulness, because of your purposefulness, because of your character? That's a huge, huge, huge responsibility and blessing. So if that's you, if you're a single mom, or maybe there's no husband, or you just don't feel like you have a purpose, you do. Your purpose is exactly where you're at right now. And God has you in that light, in that space for a reason. And so I don't know who I'm speaking to, but I know my wife has gone through this in multiple waves. And I just really think, every question has a kryptonite. For am I wanted? It's being rejected. Am I successful? Failure. Number 3, am I loved? Which is our kryptonite is indifferent. Like when someone says, I don't care about that guy, that like really, really bothers me. That means I wasn't influential. I wasn't big enough. I was playing small. I didn't connect with this guy. I wasn't anything to brag about with him. Like I didn't move the needle for him. That really bothers me. Am I secure? A kryptonite for them is financial instability. You're the guy that keeps checking your checking account and investments. And when you're nervous, you're panicked, you're checking the revenues, you're checking the financial side of things because that's what makes you feel safe. And number 1, the first question, am I safe? Negative surprises, like you don't like unforeseen things. This is where the certainty of the need. Remember I said about the wheel, the certainty wheel. You don't like variety at all. And am I good enough? If that's your question, criticism, like you take criticism very, very deeply and maddened, and you get maddened by it, and you get hurt and possibly fall into a depression because of the criticism, and you're very hard on yourself. Do I have a purpose? Pointless work, like the primary question, do I have purpose? For those of you that got that one, you hate pointless work. Like you got to have a belief in something in order to do something. And that's common. Like we all should have a belief. Like we need to have a belief on why we're raising money for this missions, or why we're building this project. What's the whole purpose of it? You're the type that needs the purpose in order to fulfill your calling or your mission. You're really, really, really big into beliefs. So click on a link, find out your primary question, because that is going to help you in this life journey. So that's what I've been working on this week. It's been crazy. I'm in Dallas. I'm studying all this stuff, learning about myself so I can be a better man, a better husband, a better father, a better podcaster, a better advisor for my clients, and just a better leader in my community. And so I want to share this information with you because it's very deep, man. Like how we show up. And what's another good question is, you should ask your kids, hey son, hey daughter, how am I showing up? What things can I improve on? Ask your 12-year-old kid that. Ask your 8-year-old or your 5-year-old. I promise you, you'll be amazed. You'll be amazed on what they said or what they're going to say. So, yes, we need to understand that that we're in our head. We think we're doing good, but it's not till you ask and you give the vulnerability, you give the floor to your family. Say, hey, how am I showing up? Am I doing the things you want me to do? In your head, you might think you are, but they have also needs. There's needs in your family. There's needs in your close relationships. And on that wheel, you just got to know what those needs are. And if they don't go and get those needs from you, they'll go to a scramble and get the artificial need. And that could look very, very bad. The scramble is terrible. Like for me, it was infidelity, it was gambling, it was drinking, it was social acceptance, meaning I gotta make sure that my circle of friends understands that I'm successful, because I need that validation. I need that primal question: am I loved? Do I belong somewhere? Most people, they they say love is what everybody wants. No, it's actually a sense of belonging. People want a sense of belonging to something or some organization. This is why gangs are so good at what they do, is because they offer belonging to anyone that could go through their initiation process, whether it's committing a crime, killing somebody, earning your stripes. They promote family into La Costa Nostra or the MS-13 or the Latin Kings or whatever Bloods and Crips organization or Hell's Angels. They offer belonging. This is why fraternities are so big in college. They offer belonging, they offer status, they offer family, they offer commitment. And it could be used for good, it could be used for bad. So that is some of the stuff I'm going through right now, guys. And I'll be speaking more about my personal development journey. I love this stuff. And more importantly, it draws me closer to God because He's amazing on what we are learning about ourselves. Speaking of learning, how are you guys liking the markets lately? So I got some new template updates. They will get better hopefully by this weekend. But yeah, I still got my traffic lights. And this is pretty interesting because I'm looking at the QQQs. For those of you that are invested in the Qs, I would be very, very careful with some of the volatility that's out right now, because we are going to be experiencing a market correction soon. Let's take a look at volatility. Now, for now, we see that the markets are, the volatility is headed down, meaning the markets are going up. So this is the VIX. I got red traffic lights. We start to see a negative momentum, meaning that the VIX is going down, meaning the stock market's going up. Huge swing down. That's on a daily. A 4-hour, not too much movement there. And a 1 hour, not too much movement. So our daily really is what we want to look at, and obviously our weekly. So it does insinuate that we are getting a longer term sell-off, meaning that our short term and midterm on the weekly is selling off, meaning the market's going to go up. However, I do have a strong base on the green traffic light, meaning that momentum is still there long term, that we could see this spike up, meaning that the overall markets will sell off. Let's look at the S&P real quick. I bet it's up. Yep, it has come off its low here. And what's interesting, guys, is that we are starting to see more bullish power as a volatility index goes down. We're starting to see the S&P climb up a little bit, but don't be fooled. This is what we call a bear market rally. If we kind of like lean back a little bit, look at this dip, this massive dip, and it pops back up. It could pop up here and come right back down. So be very careful with this resistance here as it reaches back to its all-time high, which it could reach this all-time high, and it could be what we call a touch and go pattern, where simply what it does is it comes up to this level, it touches it, and comes boom, come right down. And we could totally see that, actually. I could see that. And it could come right down, and we could have a 40-50% retracement. I say by summertime, we should see a massive retracement because of those GDP numbers. It's not looking good, guys. Like, there's a lot of foreclosures. There's a lot of cars getting taken. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. So let's take a quick look at, I want to bring back KRE because I'm really concerned about the banks right now. So we are seeing that this doesn't look good, man. Like, for me, I see a trend going down. I see a trend going down here. Let me see here. See a trend here. Yep. It's a good sniper trade here, actually. So I see a trend, a negative trend right here, guys. And this is KRE. So we're going to have some financial turmoil here with the banks shortly. Just looking at it from a technical standpoint, whenever I get these three touches on this line, I know it's a crooked line. I'm just doing it off my laptop, so forgive me. Yeah, it could hit this 63 and boom, come crashing down. So we should see a good downward spiral on this one, guys. I mean, if I'm looking at my Fibonacci retracement, this is looking like it's going to hit this 63 and just really come down with our traffic lights, and just a lot of indicators pointing that this regional banking system is going to come down. So if you got money in the banks, guys, be very, very careful with the banks. As you guys know, I've been talking about banks for a long time. Banks have the ability to do a bank bail-in. So if you have money in the bank, you want to be very cautious right now. You want to make sure that your money is secured. We have solutions. All you have to do is contact us, CortezW1.com. Give us a call, 813-448-3446. And we want to help God-fearing patriots, right? We want to help God-fearing patriots that understand, hey, we are getting closer to a social credit score. We have the ability to lose money in the bank. The banks aren't as safe as they used to be. Having money in the bank really allows a bank to own the money in your bank and have access to your money. So let's not do that. When you sign a bank contract, when you sign an account agreement with the bank, you literally are giving them rights to your money through bank bail-ins. You can look it up through the Dodd-Frank Act 2010, back in 2008, when the bankruptcy laws changed for the banks. Basically, you change with them. And because of FedNow, which is a CBD system that it's already instilled in your bank, you already have your money in the bank. You're already in the CBDC system. You need a privatized insured account. We offer those at Cortez Wealth. All you got to do is give us a call. We offer private insured accounts where you cannot CBDC it because it's based on your life, and your actual accounts are protected by insurance companies, which are not banking laws. They're not securities laws. They're governed by state laws and not federally mandated laws. So you want to have the ability to have insurance contract law protecting you. So here's the thing, like, when you are in court and there's a financial reset, let's just say, the financial reset basically means that there has to be a currency of some sort. So if you have gold or silver, eventually what will happen is those precious metals have to get turned into something. Even if you're a QFS fan, you still got to turn it into something. Whether it's the dollar, whether it's Bitcoin, whether it's J-Proof, whether it's the Iraqi dinar, it doesn't matter. It has to go to another currency. But guess who deems what currency goes into circulation? The court system. The court system. So as long as there's a court system and you have insurance contract law, they have to provide and protect equal or greater value. So we want to make sure that we have our money not just secured through contract law, but actually have an institution that has back-to-back dollar for dollar reserves, and they also have an A-rated or B plus company or a strong company that's been around for 100 years that is A-rated. So their cash reserves protect your money as well, and including the state. So you get 3 layers of protection. You know how much protection you get in a stupid bank? You get the gay ass FDIC stuff, which is only 0.74% of your money. So if you got 100 grand, they only need $740 to back you up. How stupid is that? That really pisses me off that we have God-fearing Americans that don't even know their money's actually not safe in a bank, thinking that there is. When you go to PNC or Truist or Bank of America or Wells Fargo, like, yeah, I got $400,000 of your hard-earned money that you don't even know that is in there. And when you go to take your money out, why do you think they gave you restrictions during COVID? Because people weren't depositing bank deposits in the bank, and there was a liquidity crisis, and you cannot withdraw money from the bank account without their consent. They told you to book an appointment if you have to take more than $2,500 out. Remember during COVID, I know Chase was like, you can't take more than $3,000 out because there's no one depositing. They didn't have your money, guys. And so when you play this game, and this is why I'm looking at KRE right now, is because the regional banks, they're about to fall. They're about to fall. And I don't even have to look at the banks. I can look at the 10-year treasury notes. I could show you TMF. I could show you the federal funds rate. I could show you the crap that's going on in Capitol Hill. I could show you what's going on internationally. It's not that hard. And guess what? We already had a GDP, negative GDP. Do you not think we're going to get another negative GDP? Just because Trump is in, that makes us insolvent or makes us like immune to recessions? Heck no. Because Trump is in, that is the perfect time to drop the ball on him. They want to make him look bad. They want to make him look like the devil. Look what was going on with Elon. Now, woke bro investors, media is saying, oh, he's turning his back on Trump. The dude only had a 1-year assignment with Doge. So of course they're going to make it like into a political spin. Right? So I mean, I never trusted that clown in the first place, man. He wants to AI your freaking life to hell and back. As you guys know, I bet he's vaccinated too. But whatever. What do I know? But yeah, if your advisor is vaccinated, give me a call. I don't know how long they're going to be around, but we want to help you with clarity. We want to help you protect your principal because look, the markets are going to be volatile. There's going to be some crazy stuff this year, guys. I'm telling you right now, that 10-year treasury, the bond market is going to dictate, literally dominate and dictate the whole entire world, not just the financial markets, but the whole world, because it's going to dictate the interest rates. And if the interest rates don't come down, every American screwed. They will not be able to afford anything. They won't be able to buy homes. Real estate will crash. They won't be able to buy cars. So the car salesmen and the car dealerships won't even have money to buy necessities. Credit cards, people will not be able to afford credit cards as it is now. They can't afford credit cards. They will not be able to afford credit cards in the future. And businesses use credit to run companies. So now we have a deflation issue because they're going to try to deflate. And so business owners that need cotton or product, yeast, whatever it is, the baker or even PVC, if you're a plumber, whatever goods you need, there's going to be a time where you might stall because next month is going to be half the cost because the prices are coming down so fast. But guess what happens? You may save a little money waiting, but now the cash flow gets slowed and you can't afford payroll. And because you can't afford payroll, your employees cannot spend money at the local grocery store. They cannot give to their church. They cannot buy stamps. They cannot literally pump gas. They cannot pay their cell phone bill. So the economy literally slows in a retardation, completely slows down. A retardo is what it's called in music. it's scary, man. And deflation is a really, really big thing. And we are in a huge, huge risk for that. But here at Scriptures in Wall Street and at Cortez Wealth, we're prepared for any scenario. We're going to make money. And if you're watching this show, I'm going to show you how to make money off of the slowing of the economy. We're going to show you what a recession is. We're going to show you the charts, because I can give a flip what anyone says, because the charts don't lie. The actual charts don't lie. And so when we have the charts, when we have the information, when we have the evidence, now we can create a belief system based on it, because it's trustworthy. It is trustworthy. And so I want to make sure that I'm given, for information and education purposes only, that we are taking advantage of the current situation, the current marketplace. And so that's why I always include these charts so you guys can see. So this is SPXS, one of my favorite. This is how you make money when the stock market collapses. Right now, it's not collapsing. It's actually coming down. This is the short version. So this goes up when the stock market goes down. This is going to go down even further. So that means the stock market's going to go up. You see how it went up? That's because the stock market was going down, but now it's coming right back down. I said it in the last podcast. This is going to go to like probably 5. And look, it's at 5.23. I wasn't too far off. We might even get to $4 on this bad boy. That would be a great time to hedge yourself. Again, this is not investment advice. This is for information and education purposes only. I would be looking at call options, anything past 6, because once that stock market goes down, that volatility index goes over 20, this puppy is going to skyrocket. So be very careful with falling interest rates. Oh, speaking of interest rates, let's go to TMF real quick. All right. So yeah, we have this little trend line here. We have a divergence, a little divergence, not too bad. Now TMF. Now, for those of you who've been in TMF with me for a long time, I'm not giving up on it. I just want to see a move. We're in this like consolidation here in this 38 to 43 range for now 6 months now. I want to see a move before I buy the $100 call options again. If you haven't gotten into TMF, like, you definitely want to get a 10 times return on your money within 6 to 12 months. Possibly, again, not investment advice. This is for education information purposes only. But this will only be for money that you can afford to lose and that you can wait 6 to 12 months on a trade. So when interest rates do come down, this historically will come screeching high, screeching, like skyrocketing high. And it's possible that can hit over $324. So this is a great portfolio insurance for those of you that are looking for portfolio insurance. This hit an all-time high when interest rates were at an all-time low at 5.74. So pretty amazing what this bad boy can do. That's TMF. Let's look at our fan favorite real quick. Actually, XAU. So this is gold. We're seeing more pressure on the upside, gold going up. I'm a little concerned about gold, guys, because gold keeps on skyrocketing, but it is at any moment, we could see a gnarly crash on this bad boy. Like, be very, very careful on buying gold at this price level right now. Extremely level. I know for my Cornerstone clients, I love Cornerstone. If you need precious metals, they are the one to call. You can reach out to them, and I highly recommend them for all your precious metal needs. But if you are 70 years old, 65, 70 years old, and you have a big position in gold, it is time to sell half of it and lock it up with green money. Having the ability to have insurance contract law, lock in those profits, get a guarantee on your principal, generate an income that you can live off of. You can't live off gold and silver and precious metals. It's not an income producing asset. It is completely a hedge against inflation, and it's a good one. But Unfortunately, you have to convert it into a dollar. You have to convert it into something in order for it to produce something for you. So that's my only knock on precious metals, is that be careful how you buy it, because these guys are screwing people over 20-30% to buy it, and then another 25-30% to sell it. So I don't like the crooks that are selling it. I do recommend Cornerstone. They're fair. They do make a little money off of it, but we want to support companies that have great ethical approaches, and they're faith based. There's nothing wrong with making money, um, as long as they're transparent about it and they have a heart of gold, which they do. So reach out to Cornerstone if you would like precious metals. Also, for those of you that haven't had a chance, please check out my sponsor, Get Me Lean USA. You can get peptides there. You can lose weight. You can elevate your mindset. You can actually elevate your health and your muscles, and really go to getmeleanusa.com. They're a self sponsor. I make a few bucks probably buy enough a cup of coffee. Nothing crazy, but it's a great sponsor. It's a great product, and you can get them shipped right to your door. You can subscribe and unsubscribe. You can cancel anytime you want. So no pressure for those of you that continue to order. Thank you. I appreciate it. And you are helping the show. But more importantly, if you would like investment advice, if you are completely confused about everything I'm talking about, you don't need to understand any of this stuff. We are here to give you solutions. Whether you're a single mom, whether you're recently divorced, or if you're widowed, we want to help you. We find a lot of women have called us lately because they just need a leader of their retirement plan. And I want to be that leader for our God-fearing patriots. More importantly, you got to have somebody that thinks like you do, that talks like you do, and believes in what you do academically, um, socially, politically, spiritually, and obviously medically. We want to be that light and that source. We want to be the salt and light in your portfolio, not just in this world, but also in your portfolio as well. And I feel like I'm a great fit for you if you believe that. And if you don't know you're a good fit, then some questions I would ask your current advisor is, what'd you do in 2008? Are you vaccinated? What'd you do about COVID? Did you shut down your businesses? How did that change your business? What's my standard deviation? What are my fees? What kind of risk am I taking? What do you think about guarantees on a portion of my money? What do you think about precious metals? What do you think about the financial resets? Again, what is my standard deviation? If they don't know the answer to these questions, then what the hell are you doing with your current advisor? Like, give us a call. We want to have a huge second opinion for you and give you a plan where you can instill confidence. The Bible says in 2 Timothy 1:7, for I have not given you the spirit of fear, but of love, power, and sound mind. How are you getting sound mind when your money is in the stock market? You don't even know what the heck's going on. Elon Musk is this way. Trump is turning his back on America and he's pro-Israel. Like, what is going on here? Like, we have AI. We don't even know what it's going to do next. Every single job is on the line because of robots. Like, we don't even need to take our kids to school anymore. The cars are going to drive itself soon, guys. Like, this is nuts. We have extraterrestrial babies forming in Japan. They're literally making robots in the freaking womb. Like, this is real talk. We don't know the future, guys. And I'm not here to predict the future. What I am here is to give you a guidance, to give you a plan so that you're not prepared with the unknown. For those of you that like certainty, you cannot be in the stock market and say, I want certainty. That doesn't make any freaking sense, dog. It really doesn't. You have to have certainty. You have to have guarantees in your retirement. You have to have a plan so that you can avoid the FUD, the fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And you're probably fearful because there is no plan, uncertain because there's no confidence. You have nobody to talk to, and you're doubtful because you don't have a plan and you don't have anyone to talk to, and you're with some woke bank that doesn't believe in what you believe in. So FUD kicks in, fear, uncertainty, and doubt kicks in. Government's aim for everything at all costs, even on the Trump side, is to track, trace, and control you. The social credit score is huge. BlackRock has already perfected and funded tokenization. They want to tokenize your freaking life. If they can tokenize the biometrics, scanalytics of your whole body, they will. We've seen it at Whole Foods. We've seen it where Amazon has collabed with Whole Foods because they own each other now, where they just look at your palm and you wave your palm and you're cash registering out of Whole Foods with the scan of your palm. It's here. It is here, guys. Like, there's no way around it. Your money is locked up in the bank because you have been CBDC'd and tokenized. There's nothing you can do about it. But there's one thing that you can do, is that you can cast your worries upon him. We are not to live in fear. We're supposed to be bold in what we believe in. We're supposed to do the right thing. We're supposed to seek his righteousness, and all these things will be added on to you. So there's no reason to fear. There's no reason to have the spirit of fear. There's every reason to have sound mind or self-discipline, because we have a plan. We have a plan in place to protect you. We have a plan in place to do the right thing. We have a plan in place because we believe in what you believe in. Simply put, like, I don't think most people get it, that when you do business with these freaking crooks on Wall Street, they literally do not care about your morals. They're there to fund their investment objective and feed the public shareholders their share, their fair share, which that's what it's all about. It's all about feeding you to death, putting your money on the line, risking, and saying, oh yeah, according to my calculations, we're going to get this because this particular vendetta has profitably worked with all the standard deviations that are out there and the calculations and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, who cares? You think that really matters in 2008 or in COVID or in 1987 or in 1929? No. Or just recently in 2008? Imagine you were 65 years old and you had to go through those crises. We need to avoid that with all costs, guys. All costs. So all you got to do is give us a call. Let us give you a second opinion. Doesn't hurt. 813-448-3446. Guys, I'm out of here. It's late. But please go to Get Me Lean USA, get your peptides, support our show. And you can also download a free guide at AmericaFirstRetirementPlan.com. Download a free guide. You get a guide. You can fill it out, and we just ask that whatever questions you have, just email us. Or maybe you have a question. Hey, can you work in Canada? Can you work in Australia? Can you work in Mexico? We get all of these emails all over the place. Or maybe you don't like the color of my shirt, or you suggest something, or there's a stock you want me to view, whatever. Email me whatever you want. info@CortezWM.com. If you want to stay in contact, I'm here to help and pray for you and give you advice. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our Rumble channel. We need a lot of followers there, guys. Like, we just need followers there. I don't know why I'm only at 400 or 500. I should be like 10, 20,000 easy. I think the content is great. It's only going to get better. I will be talking more about future inner circle stuff. For those of you that want an inner circle, I legally can't do it yet. I've been talking to my attorney about it, and it's just too much risk at this time. However, what I'm going to do is I possibly will start charging a subscription for what I'm trading. And that way you're buying just what I'm trading. I'm not recommending anything. So I'm trying to find a way to have an inner circle where it's benefit for everybody. Because last year or this year, we're up 75% on our inner circles trades that I've been working on. So anyways, I'm out of here, guys. God bless you. Love you. Hey, stay tuned for this weekend. I'm going to be dropping some heat. I'm going to be talking about the rest of my my journey that I'm doing here in Dallas. And I really would like for you guys to watch the show this weekend, because I'm going to be dropping some updates on templates, on the markets, and some other follow-up stuff that I feel like you'll benefit from. That being said, don't forget to go to CortezWM.com, like and subscribe our Rumble channel. And if you're a phone person, old school, you can give us a call to 813-448-3446. God bless you guys. I'm out of here. Imagine being able to lose weight, control what you eat, portion control, hit your protein goals, and it really isn't that hard. You no longer have to worry about expensive monthly shots that you have to take that you don't even know what's doing to your body. And you can help with your ADHD. You can help with your discipline. You can help with your midnight hunger pains. You can actually lose weight and build muscle at the same time and burn fat. This is my before and after, and you can see how effective this is. Try it out for 30 days. You can cancel anytime. There's no gimmicks. It's completely clean and very easy website. I recommend you just get the package of all 6 Performance Peak, and you would totally do well with it. All you got to do is click the link below and let's get in shape.